Gunther versus Nick Aldis, which we said about 4 years ago is set for SummerSlam.
Solo makes an offer to Rollins.
And it all kicks off at the end, a bit like Argentina-Spain. Hello, welcome to Wrestle MSX, the best wrestling channel you've never heard of. I'm Michael.
I'm Sally.
And after recapping Saturday night's main event, if you've not seen it, go and check out our Saturday night main event coverage. We start with Javon Evans and Dragon Lee versus The Vision. I know, right? Evans wearing the new Juventus away shirt. I know, right? Dragon, Evans jump The Vision before they can enter the ring and then stay on top as the match begins. A caught crossbody from Lee by Breaker soon switches momentum though.
Back from the break and we see Evans jumping everywhere, over the ropes and over the timekeepers, before springboarding Theory and covering for 2. Dupree then distracts Lee, allowing Theory to make a cover, but only for 2, with Lee then suffering a super spear from Breaker and cover by Theory for 3. After the match, the Vision continue the beatdown, but out come Alpha Academy for the save. Initially, they do well, with Dupree even getting a slap on Otis. It's all futile though, as Otis suffers a spear on the outside before enduring one on the inside.
Now, they did advertise a match between Alpha Academy and the Vision for next week. I thought they might want to save it for SummerSlam. I'm sure I don't think they've got enough matches yet to cover like 2 nights or something. Unless they're just going to have like 2.5 hour shows, which is not a problem. It's still 5 hours overall. It doesn't need to be a big 4 hour epic per night, but they need some more matches, I think, and I could see this filling a slot. Anyway, backstage, the Judgment Day are asking Danhausen nicely where their money is, with Dom giving him 5 minutes to get it, before we then see another big Cass vignette. I think he's coming back.
You reckon? Danhausen heads out next, with Cole telling us he cursed Argentina yesterday. They lost the World Cup, if you weren't aware. Sad times. But I want proof of this, Cole. You can't just say that.
No, you can't just say that, Cole.
Like,
after the event. Oh, yeah, he cursed him.
Oh, yeah, he cursed him. Yeah,
of course he did.
Anyway, Hausen threatens to toss the Judgment Day's money into the crowd, with Dom, Liv and JD then heading out, daring him not to. They then enter the ring and start on Danhausen, with Joe Hendry then heading out for the save. Danhausen did manage to fire off a curse.
Chapter 3 then plays of the Seth Roman saga, with this chapter focusing on Rollins cashing in his Money in the Bank on Reigns at WrestleMania 31.
Backstage, the Judgment Day are celebrating and getting their money back when JD opens the case to discover it's not even real money. JD throws the bag and then threatens Hausen, only Oba then appears behind JD, asking who threw it. He says he should kill JD, with Adam Pearce then making a match between the pair for later. Dom jumps in saying that's not fair, with Pearce then making a match for him against Joe Hendry later still.
Wow, we are struggling for matches here. Always
Must be.
Going on. So next up, Oba Femi versus JD McDonagh. JD and Dom are heading down to the ring, still arguing with Pearce, when Hendry and Danhausen come from behind and toss them in. The waiting Oba takes the pair out, sends Dom from the ring, and then proceeds to destroy JD and finish him with, of course, a fall from grace, before covering for victory.
Michael Cole is talking to the camera next when Solo Sikoa walks across the shot, gets in the ring and tells us he has a proposition to make, before then calling out Seth Rollins. Seth answers.
Which, just may I interrupt, did surprise me, because why does he need to answer Solo?
Yeah, he's busy.
He doesn't need to come out,
No.
so I was a little bit, I thought somebody else might come out at this point. Like Jacob, like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
But, yeah, very surprised by that, but good. I'm glad he did.
Seth welcomes Solo to Raw and then asks what he can do for him, adding, are we talking or are we fighting?
Oh.
Talking comes the reply.
Solo knows the Bloodline, saying it'll be 4-on-1 at SummerSlam, but it doesn't have to be like that, and offers to watch his back during his match against Reigns. Seth says he makes a good point and tells Solo he'll think about it. Seth then looks to exit, but Solo's not happy, so grabs him and tells him that what he did for Cody at WrestleMania 40, he can do for him. Jacob Fatu then heads out with Solo making a sharp exit as the werewolf enters the ring. Fatu taunts Solo and then turns into a super kick from Seth, with Rollins then leaving.
We see Chad Gable confront Penta at the SummerSlam kickoff show.
Just interrupting. So this kickoff show, like it used to be like an hour before the main event.
Yeah.
So is this like a 2-week just live running feed?
Yeah.
Just talking about the build up.
Many people, I think it's probably Big E, just talking the whole time.
I mean,
for 2 weeks.
that
No
is
sleep,
that
no
is
nothing.
a hell of a kickoff. 2 weeks before.
Really ramping it up.
Whew.
Anyway, he says he'll take the title, and then we have our next match: Ethan Page and Rusev versus Chad Gable and Penta.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
What else is Ethan Page and Rusev doing?
3 German suplexes and an angle slam at Gable 2 on Page, with the former Olympian then looking for a moonsault. Page rolls out the way and brings in Rusev, who then slams Gable and covers, but only for 2 as Penta makes the save.
Gable and Rusev then exchange strikes, with Rusev managing to lock in the accolade. Gable escapes and locks in the ankle lock, with Page then entering the ring to break the hold. Penta though enters from the other side and uses Gable's back for height to land the Mexican Destroyer to Page. Rusev then taps out, giving the win to the Faces.
Nice.
To see if they could coexist, and they did.
They did, yeah. Chapter 4 of the Reigns Rollins story is then told, with this focusing on Money in the Bank 2016, when Seth defeated Reigns for the WWE Championship.
Backstage, Seth crosses paths with Jacob Fatu, with the former goading the latter to hit him. Jacob restrains himself, with Seth saying, "Of course you can't, can you? You're under strict orders from the tribal chief not to lay a finger on me." Seth then adds that if he beats Reigns at SummerSlam, does he get his title and his bag boy? Fatu responds by saying if there's anything left of Seth at the end of SummerSlam, too many S's, then he's going to beat his bottom. Seth then laughs and says he can't wait.
Well, okay. We have Paul Heyman telling us that Brock has never lost in a Hell in a Cell, adding that Oba's rookie year will come to a violent end. We then have a Minnesota Vikings wide receiver taking us through some matches for SummerSlam.
Who cares? Don't even know who he is. Sometimes I don't think that they realise that they're broadcasting to the world.
No,
It's not just America. We don't know
America.
who this is. We don't care who he is. Well, I don't. Anyway, Chapter 5 of Seth Roman sees them come back together as the Shield, with us then seeing another clip from the SummerSlam kickoff show. Still going. Where Gunther and Nick Aldis have an exchange of words and strikes. Triple H then announces that the pair will fight at SummerSlam, which I suggested about 4 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
Possibly. I'm not saying other people
Maybe
haven't
even
said
longer.
this. I'm not saying this has probably not been said elsewhere. But as I say, I do not go on social media looking for what's happening. I just like to see what's happening. I like to come up with my own ideas from what I can see from the show. And the way that Gunther and Aldis were going at it, it was like, something's happening here. And it has happened. But I've also got another theory on the Saturday night's main event tag match. That's going to be on the Musings video, so wait for that to come out.
Next up, Dominik Mysterio with Liv Morgan versus Joe Hendry. Hendry holds a nice vertical suplex with the fight then heading outside, and Hendry dropping Dom on the announcer's desk. Dom's then tossed into the ring, with Morgan then posting Joe as the ref checks on Dom. Danhausen then heads out and looks to curse Liv, but Liv hits him, which sends him back up the rampway.
The hit single from Hendry nets him 2, with Dom then landing a tornado DDT after Liv distracted Hendry. Danhausen then heads out again, this time in the Hausenmobile, and he has a passenger, Io Sky. Sky runs out and goes straight for Liv, with the pair then going at it. Even the cameraman got involved as he ran into Liv as he followed Sky down the rampway, which was quite funny.
Sky bests Morgan and lands a crossbody to her from the apron, with Danhausen then entering the ring and hitting Dom with a triple D, Scorpion Death Drop. Dom and the ref were too busy watching Sky and Morgan. Hendry, not aware of what's going on, then crawls over to Dom and covers for the 1, 2, 3.
We see more footage from the SummerSlam kickoff show, still going, with Punk pushing Rhodes in the face. Recap the end of Saturday night's main event, Reigns, Rollins and some basketball, and then ready for the last match of the night and main event of the evening, LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. Before the match, Knight has some mic time and can't believe Solo's offering his help to Reigns or something like that because he's just droning on and on. And then says he's going to smack Fatu back to factory settings. Now, I think he lost himself during this promo. He just repeated himself and then he lost himself during the promo and he repeated himself. And then he repeated himself and lost his way in the promo. The problem is, he's either given a line to say, he's either told to just try and work this into your promo, or he's just told, get the mic and talk. He can talk, but sometimes when he's got to think of his own things, he gets lost. The crowd were very quiet, and they were probably asking themselves, what the hell is going on, and what is he saying? It was just nonsense, wasn't it?
That's what I was asking myself.
There was just... I'm watching, I'm like, have I nodded off here? So I rewind it to listen. He's not saying anything. He's just not saying anything. Must do better. Just stick to your pointing. Yeah. Finished.
Finished?
Yes.
We come back from the break and the match is underway and fairly back and forth. Knight throws Fatu into the ring steps and then looks to capitalise by jumping off them. But Fatu catches him and Simone drops him onto the apron. Knight comes back and slams Fatu's head onto the announcer's desk and ring steps as we head for another break.
Nearly wrong.
Nearly wrong.
We come back to a nerve pinch from Fatu with Knight then getting 2 off a jumping neck breaker. Has anybody got a cover? Or a 3 count off a jumping neck breaker? The pair end up on the top rope with Knight bringing the 2 down with a superplex. It's then that Jimmy Uso heads out and heads towards Timekeepers. Here he gestures to Knight that he's doing nothing, with Solo then appearing behind him and attacking his brother.
Solo looks for the spike, but Fatu makes the save by diving out the ring. When back in, he and Knight go at it, with Knight landing a BFT and covering.
For 3.
Jimmy, though, gets on the apron, distracting the ref with keys, then pulling Jimmy from the apron. Big Jim then takes a trip over the announcer's desk as his brother's music then hits. Jay comes from the crowd and super kicks Keys, sending him over the Timekeepers.
Back in the ring, a pop-up Simone drop and moonsault net the win for Fatu, with everyone then getting in the ring and going at it. Keys suffers a 1D, which Cole called a 3D because he's getting too excited, with LA then suffering a Tongan death grip and multiple corner hip attacks. He also gets Uso splashed as Raw goes off the air with a Bloodline acknowledging. I didn't mind it going straight into a match.
No, yeah, mixed change.
I mean, it was an odd match.
Yeah.
Evans and Lee against the Vision. And then obviously we had
But
Gable.
we don't need, we don't need 20 minutes of talking at the beginning all the time. So
No, I don't mind. No, because we've kind of had that now. We don't need. Well, I mean, they're building up Seth and Reigns anyway with these little chapters in their storied history.
Yeah. So we don't need one.
So we don't really need much more. So let's go for Michael's moment of the night. This could be a match, a line, a local promo, something funny, interesting, quirky, different. Just something that catches my eye. Obviously, it has to wait till the end, because if I do it halfway through and it's something that happens at the end, it's kind of a spoiler. So Michael's moment of the night is... not much really. Nothing really grabbed me. Solo was amusing when he made his offer to Seth, because he said, "Oh, come on, Seth, let me watch you back." And Seth was like, and Solo was like, "Oh, come on." He is funny.
Yeah.
But that was sort of it really. There was nothing stand out, shall we say. It was all pretty.
Yeah.
Much of a muchness really.
Just a show to get to the next week.
Yeah. I mean, I don't mind the backstage stuff. It's sometimes a bit more interesting than the matches.
Now, if you have your own thoughts or views that you'd like to share, then please do and leave them in that comment section just down below. Also, don't forget to go and check out our Muses video, where we talk more about what's happened this week in WWE, with a new one dropping every...
Christmas.
Wednesday.
But definitely watch this one, because as I say, I've got a... It's probably not, it won't be right, it's just a theory on the Saturday night's main event result. And not necessarily Gunther Aldis, but certainly with the Gunther thing. Anyway, as always, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, join our Patreon. We don't have one. And let's just hope that you had a smile along the way, because I know I didn't.
We'll see you Wednesday for a look at this past week in WWE and Saturday for SmackDown.